Alright, so time to start another project. As you've seen, we have dumpster delivered, and let me introduce you new project and new scope of work. We are in Duluth, Georgia, North Metro Atlanta of Peachtree Industrial, and we have this pretty big size master bathroom that we will completely upgrade. I mean, completely. Cabinets will stay. We're gonna put some stain on the cabinets, but countertops will be new mirrors and fixtures, of course. But we're gonna build new decking, new tub, new tiled floor. Obviously, this is how it looks right now, filled with a carpet all the way around, and of course, builder's grade installation. Nothing special. Here we have shower, also original to the house. So we're gonna rip the whole thing out and redo it. But the interesting part on this job will be that we're gonna actually open up shower. We're gonna eliminate part of this wall all the way to the ceiling, eliminate all of that, so the shower actually will be nicely opened with the glass over here, and then continuing to the shower curb and nice frameless clear glass. So this is pretty much the scope for the shower. New tub, new fixtures, painting, of course, other things as well. And just to give you an idea, we will be working with this tiles for the floor and black, absolute black tiles for the shower. It's going to be very interesting. So you'll see how it goes together. Those are high polish pieces, and it's going to be kind of unique looking shower. So I'll give you some updates how the project goes, some photos, some pictures, and some comments along the way, so you can see how it progresses. But first things first, we're starting from demolition. We have our jackhammer ready to go, and lots of bags. So stay tuned, because there will be some good transformation going on this job. So we're moving forward. I'm working on a deck, Peter is working on a shower, slowly ripping things out. But still plenty left. There you go.
Yeah.
Be careful.
She's easy part.
This is easy part.
Some corners.
We also have to remove this the same way.
Yeah, but you gotta get this off first.
Yes. Yeah, Peter, let's go eat something good. We'll be back in an hour.
Bye.
So we have homeowner helping with the demo.
Angry woman. Angry white woman.
All right. Be careful. No, no, no. Be careful. Sharp. Sharp. Now, I will leave it overnight so you and Robert can enjoy it later in the evening.
Robert will be here.
I'm gonna leave it like this.
Robert will be here.
Just remember to wear safety goggles and gloves.
Safety googles?
Yes.
Yes. That's wonderful. Oh, yes. Look at that.
Be careful.
Okay.
All right, so working on the plumbing, we have a diverter valve. The diverter valve will be transferring from the handheld to the regular shower head. This is just two functions. So we nicely soldering that. We slowly getting ready for building our decking to prep everything for tub installation, and this is the whole idea. With a step on one of the sides, we're gonna have a step actually on the other side, but we will be accessing tub from the side and entering from the side of the decking instead of from the front, the way it used to be. And of course the goal is to frame everything, adjust the plumbing, supply power source, because we need 3 independent power circuits for heater and for 2 motors, because we have pretty fancy tub that will be installed over here. So this is still to come, but we have to start from framing decking so we can later accordingly adjust drain, which is going to be over here, water lines, things like that, but those are early stages. This is how the old deck used to go, with a step in here in the middle, and now we're just gonna have nice straight line from side to side of the opening. So we getting ready for that. Regarding shower part, as you can see, we have everything pretty much ready for tile board, for shower pan, new drain, all the plumbing finished with the diverter valve and handheld exit. This is for the handheld. This is our main valve, and this is our diverter. Built-in niche will go over here, and this is again our tile. We have black shiny tiles with nice matte black accent that will go through the middle of our niche. I'll show you this a little bit later how we're gonna do that. So slowly moving forward here, but still plenty work left to do. So in the process of cutting our plywood to put on a decking so we can close the deck, and this is how it goes. Alright, so we have our centerpiece ready to put over here. We're going to cover plumbing at this point, so this is the last look at the gutter rough in and the main valve rough in. And this is our next piece of the puzzle. And it fits very well. As you can see, the goal is to have those corners nice and smooth, so there's nothing sticking out. As you can see, it goes straight from bottom to the top. We have this entire corner level for that purpose. This wall cannot be different than this wall. They all has to be leveled in order to create nice even cuts over here. This way we can just follow level and we have cuts in the same size, because those corners, open corners, are very tricky to measure and to work with. So this kind of helps us create, to prevent any issues later. And of course the last part will be to attach it nicely. Of course, I'm going to use hydro barrier waterproofing membrane with a fiberglass mesh tape to nicely fill all the gaps, all the seams, so there will be no water to penetrate. No chance for water to penetrate. Alright, so working with the waterproofing, we use the blue stuff is a hydro barrier from Lyrecrete, and I'm combining this with a fiberglass mesh tape. You can see it on the floor. I already have this cut to different sizes, different dimensions. It cuts very easily, and working on waterproofing all the corners, all the seams. Of course, our built-in niche is already done and waterproofed. One of the most important parts on every project. Make sure to waterproof it, use correct products, components when it comes to tile board, when it comes to waterproofing. You can also paint the entire wallboard with this stuff. I'm minimizing the corners since this is mold and moisture resistant board, so even if it gets wet from some reason, nothing will happen. But the goal is to fill those gaps in the corners. Those corners always crack, and if the ground will crack, if there will be no waterproofing, water will seep potentially through this gap and later behind the wall. So this is why all the corners, all these things are so important. Once again, hydro barrier from Liquid and 6-inch fiberglass mesh tape. Alright. I am in the process of working with the shower pen, working with the cement. We have everything waterproofed at this point, and we also working on floorboards. Alright, so quick update from our progress. We working on the tub, we're working on the boards for the tub. We have floorboards in place. I've worked on the cement shower pen base yesterday. And just so you know, the waterproofing been partially done for the walls. Additionally, we're gonna waterproof the entire shower pen with a waterproofing membrane and a fiberglass mesh. We're gonna put fiberglass mesh on the entire shower pen, also seams around entire curb, and painted with a waterproofing membrane. But this is something I'm gonna do later. Right now I'm ready to move forward with the tile installation, and I'm trying to avoid damaging the waterproofing on the floor, because once you do the waterproofing for the shower floor, it's recommended to not really put a lot of traffic on that section. It will be recommended to tile it shortly after you do that. So I'm leaving this part for now. I'm gonna do majority of the work in the shower, and then once the walls will be completed, I'm gonna waterproof the pen once more and tile the shower floor. Plumbing done. So we slowly moving forward with the plumbing. I mean with the tiling. I already have some lines drawn, indicators where the grout joints appear to be, and we're gonna work with 12 by 12 black shiny porcelain tiles. It's gonna be pretty interesting looking shower, not something you will see every day, with a nice matte black band going through the middle of the niche, and as an accent pretty much. So this is how it looks right now. Still plenty of work left to do, but slowly trying to put some pieces of tiles in place. We have our wets already. Wets, so we have on this porch over there. You probably can see it now. So this is it. March 1st, we're ready for the spring to come finally, and this is how everything looks. So assuming I'm moving forward with the tiling, Peter's gonna work on boards on the tub, get this part ready. So once the shower will be done, we probably will move forward with either floor or maybe decking. We'll see what goes next. I have to think about it, and I will definitely keep you updated. Once I will get to the tiling part, I'll show you tiles and I'll show you what I'm doing. Alright, so we're moving forward with the tile installation, as you can see. We have our first 3 pieces in place. On that wall, we're centering our tile work with a niche, which will give us similar cuts to the sides. This one slightly smaller, this one bigger, but it's gonna show the most around the niche. So this is why the niche is our focal point. Here we have this also centered, so our grout joint will go exactly through the middle. You see those lines? Those are nicely adjusted lines, middle of the tile, center of the tile, center of the accent, middle of the another tile. This is how it's been figured. And I would like to point you tile leveling system that we're using. It's a T-Lock Perfect Level Master. You probably have seen it on some of my other videos. We have a wedges, we have a clips. We're using 1/16 of an inch. As you can see, I'm going to talk to you about it a little bit more in just a moment. I'm going to focus right now on those pieces, and I'll keep you updated how that goes. So working on the walls, and let me give you a little update. I had to remove this tile because I completely forgot that we're supposed to put seat over here. We have a corner seat, black, high polish, high glossy marble that will match to our porcelain 12 by 24 tiles. This is porcelain with a shiny finish, as you can see. It reflects everything. So what we did, I have my supporting piece on the bottom, as usually, adjust to level. Then I did my first row, and I adjusted this with the blue shims, as you can see. This is what I use for precise adjustment. I checked the level because the goal was to have a level nicely on the top of the first row of tiles, because as always, first row of tiles is the most important, because this is how we're gonna proceed with the installation. I left the bottom for later. I'm gonna tile the floor, shower floor first, and then measure from here to the floor tiles. This is how you do that. But a little bit more here about the tiles. So right now I slowly started with second row. We have 2 first pieces going, and I got to the point where I have to work on my seat. The seat will be mounted in a corner, sitting on those tiles. I'll give you some picture updates later. And then we're gonna notch those corner tiles to the seat. Pretty much cut it along to the thickness of the seat. Cap it from the top, so actually seat will be nicely held in place by the tiles. Sitting on the tiles underneath and being supported from the top by those pieces. And here is the trickiest wall, the 45-degree angle wall. We have this one, this is just temporary tile. I have those 2 in the bottom already adjusted. This entire wall can wait. This one I can follow up later, but this is the main part over here where we're focusing. And you see this red components. This is T-Lock Perfect Level Master, the tile leveling system that I use on my projects, and has a white clip, red wedge. This is 1/16 size. This is bag 1/16 Perfect Level Master, and using that I'm eliminating need of use traditional spacers. As you can see, I'm achieving nice clean tiny grout lines without additional spacers. What the system does, it brings surfaces of the tiles nicely together, preventing any lippage and unevenness between tiles. This is how those system works. Perfect Level Master, in my opinion, and not only my opinion, opinion of many contractors and do-it-yourselfers, one of the very best out there. Very durable wedges. that can be also used as a spacer over here, and 3 different sizes, 1/30 of a second, 1/16 and 1/8 of an inch, helping with each tiling project. Pretty much with that I'm applying thin set, putting those clips, clipping everything nicely, tightening this, and system brings those surfaces nicely together. All the corners are nice and even. A lot of stress out of my head because of that. I can move forward with the installation fairly quick, fairly easy, and ensuring that we have perfect result. So I'm gonna give you more updates how that works a little bit later. For now, just a quick look. So I'm about to work on the seat. I'm gonna cut the seat, place it in the corner, and of course I will also show you how this is done. Those are our wedges. Very sturdy, which is very important. Next step, I'm grabbing my clips, inserting clips first of all behind the tile here. I'm gonna do 2 in each corner here, because you need to have a 1 clip in each corner. Each corner, and then each place where row of tiles from the previous row meets in the middle of this tile. So here, 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 here for a brick pattern. Okay, so piece in place, and now very easily inserting those wedges. And what happens, the bottom part of the clip pushes tile from underneath against this straight edge, against our wedge, giving us perfect alignment of the tile surface here on the finished surface where we need it. If there are small differences behind it, system will adjust it behind the tile, and the finished surface is nice and leveled. Double checking if the level is not bouncing, if it touches tile at all time. Everything's good. This is also important. And this is how the system works, and it's for the walls, for the floors. I will show you a little bit on the floor as well. Right now we have another solid pieces that will go over here, and in this section, as you can see, we have a little bit left. We did this grayish accent to kind of break up the wall slightly, so we have something eye-catching. It's nice, contemporary looking. Once the system will be removed, you will see how nicely it travels. The accent will go through the middle of the valve, I had this adjusted, and through the middle of the niche. And here I'm going to have 2 shelves for the soap, nicely continuing. It's pretty neat design. Let's move forward. Okay, so we about to remove our leveling system, and I would like to show you how removal works. It's pretty easy. You pretty much just hitting and it snaps right out from our wall. Red components, wedges you use many times. Those are very durable. Hard plastic pieces. White element. It's one-time use. So once you break this off, there's no use for that anymore. Pretty much very simple to disassemble. One important thing you have to remember if you will decide to use system is to make sure your grout lines are clean. There's no thin set being around the clip. Like you see over here in this case, it's very nice and clean. There's no any setting component. If you will end up with a setting component around the clip will not break off because setting component will be blocking the way you breaking off the clip, and it will most likely snap in different location. So it's very important to keep installation clean.